In understanding the complexities of Pakistan's contemporary challenges, it's crucial to trace back to the intricate web of historical events and geopolitical maneuvers, particularly those involving its relationship with the United States. The narrative of how America influenced Pakistan's trajectory is multifaceted, spanning decades and encompassing political, economic, and social dimensions. One pivotal moment in this narrative unfolds during the Cold War era when the United States, in its pursuit of containing Soviet influence, sought strategic partnerships in regions deemed vital for its interests. Pakistan emerged as a key ally primarily due to its geographic proximity to the Soviet Union and its role as a potential bulwark against communist expansion in South Asia. This alliance was cemented through various agreements, including military assistance programs and economic aid packages. However, the dynamics of this relationship were far from straightforward. While the United States provided substantial support to Pakistan's military regimes, particularly during the regimes of Ayub Khan and later Zia-ul-Haq, it often came at the expense of democratic governance and human rights. The U.S. prioritized stability and anti-communist fervor over fostering democratic institutions, inadvertently bolstering authoritarian regimes that suppressed dissent and marginalized political opposition. Furthermore, the influx of American aid, particularly military assistance, contributed to the militarization of Pakistani society. The prioritization of military expenditures over social welfare programs exacerbated economic inequality and hindered socio-economic development. The consequences of this militarization reverberated across Pakistan, fueling internal conflicts and perpetuating a cycle of violence that continues to plague the nation. Another significant dimension of America's influence on Pakistan relates to its involvement in the Afghan-Soviet War during the 1980s. Pakistan served as a crucial staging ground for the US-backed Mujahideen fighters who were supported and armed by the CIA to resist Soviet occupation in neighboring Afghanistan. While this collaboration achieved its immediate objective of undermining Soviet influence, it had far-reaching repercussions for Pakistan's internal security and stability. The influx of weapons and resources into the region fueled the proliferation of militant groups and extremist ideologies. The Afghan-Soviet War provided fertile ground for the rise of radical Islamist movements, which later metastasized into formidable militant organizations such as the Taliban and Al-Qaeda. Pakistan, caught in the crossfire of regional geopolitics, grappled with the unintended consequences of nurturing and harboring these militant factions, ultimately leading to a destabilization of its own society. Moreover, America's shifting priorities in the aftermath of the Cold War further complicated Pakistan's geopolitical landscape. As the focus shifted away from containing communism towards combating terrorism, Pakistan found itself at the forefront of the global war on terror following the 9/11 attacks. The U.S. pressured Pakistan to align its policies with its counterterrorism objectives, often overlooking the complexities of the region's internal dynamics. In the pursuit of its own security interests, the United States relied heavily on Pakistan's cooperation in hunting down terrorist elements, leading to a convergence of interests that was not always aligned with Pakistan's long-term stability. The subsequent military operations conducted by Pakistan, particularly in the tribal areas bordering Afghanistan, exacerbated internal tensions and fueled resentment among marginalized communities. Furthermore, America's drone warfare campaign in Pakistan's tribal regions, ostensibly targeting militant hideouts, resulted in civilian casualties and inflamed anti-American sentiments across the country. The collateral damage caused by these drone strikes further eroded trust in the Pakistani government's ability to safeguard its citizens and exacerbated grievances among the local population. In conclusion, the story of how America influenced Pakistan's trajectory is a nuanced tale of geopolitics, strategic interests, and unintended consequences. While the United States provided crucial support to Pakistan during pivotal moments in its history, the repercussions of these alliances have been far-reaching and often detrimental to Pakistan's long-term stability and development. Understanding this complex relationship is essential for comprehending the challenges facing Pakistan today and charting a path towards a more sustainable and equitable future.